But when I needed help, he said, no, they're not just my kids and my responsibility. They're our children. He's amazing super dad helping Robyn. He immediately started helping Robyn with everything as soon as she came in the family.
Parenting is never easy in plural marriage. Kody's gone 3/4 of the time. That's why I had childcare help, because I can't ask Kody for that kind of help. He's got too much on his plate.
Season 18, Episode 3, and wow. Christine tells the cameras she asked Kody for help, and he just flat out said no. No hesitation, no explanation, just no. Cue production cutting straight to Robyn lounging on the couch, solemnly explaining how Kody's just so busy. Then we're treated to a little montage of Kody playing happy family with Robyn and her kids, like a highlight reel of favoritism. It all ends with Robyn saying, "That's why I had childcare help," as a photo of her, the kids, and my Kelty flashes on screen. Yeah, my Kelty, Christine's daughter. It's almost subtle, almost. The producers have been dropping breadcrumbs this whole time, low-key exposing the truth through these photo montages. My Kelty wasn't just helping, she was childcare, not a family member lending a hand, childcare. Meanwhile, Christine, she was out here raising 12 kids, 13, counting truly, pregnant with a high-risk baby, working nights, and somehow still keeping everyone alive. And Robyn, she couldn't even handle 3 kids while not working, not pregnant, and not living in the same state as Christine, because she borrowed Christine's daughter to help. Seriously, Robyn couldn't parent without outsourcing one of Christine's kids, while Christine was doing it all solo on hard mode. And let's not forget, Christine also gardened, canned, and made their hamburger buns from scratch. She didn't need help because parenting is hard. She didn't get help because she didn't have the luxury of being lazy. Back in the day, moms raised a dozen kids, cooked every meal, made their own clothes, kept the house clean, and somehow survived. Christine basically did that. Robyn couldn't hack it with 3 and a support system. Let's be real. Robyn wouldn't have even had my Kelty helping if Christine hadn't raised her right. From day one, Robyn's been draining the family's resources while playing innocent. And yet she'll still look the camera dead in the eye and act confused when people talk about favoritism. Girl, please. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. That's what Kody said to Robyn, not "I miss my children," but specifically the love they gave him. Translation: he misses the pedestal they used to put him on. Classic Kody. He and Robyn love to speak in vague, sweeping sentiments, the family experience, the holiday feeling. Never once do they mention missing actual people. You get the sense they don't see their kids or sister wives as individuals, just background extras in the drama of their lives. Mary, to her credit, saw through all of it and called their bluff in spectacular fashion. She offered to host the big family Christmas, something Robyn always claimed to want. She directly asked Robyn why she never calls, why she won't let Mary visit. Robyn's response? Radio silence. Mary even showed up coatless in freezing weather and still wasn't allowed inside. Mary stuck around for years to prove a point, that no matter how hard a wife tries, Kody will never step up. She invited the cameras when he finally showed up, 2 weeks after Leon left, to reveal the reality. He doesn't communicate, doesn't show up, doesn't even pretend to try. It became painfully obvious. Kody and Robyn don't actually want the dreams they keep talking about. Even if someone gift wraps it for them and hands it over with a bow, they refuse to take the final step. They'd rather lie down an inch from the finish line and weep that someone else is keeping them from crossing it. So now the question is Kody finally starting to regret nuking his entire family for Robyn? Fans have been picking up on something in the latest episode. A flicker of confusion, maybe even hurt. He seems genuinely baffled. Like, wait, wasn't this what Robyn wanted? Just us? And yet, here she is, still crying. Meanwhile, the family he once ruled like a king, gone, and all that's left is the echo of his own self-inflicted isolation. Kody's estranged kids, in perfect unison. Blame yourself if I don't love you, Oakview. If you want to be loved, be lovable. Janelle was absolutely savage this episode. I loved her comment about Robyn controlling Kody. You know she knew it would drive those two nuts, especially since Kody and Robyn always insist no one controls him, and he's the head of the family. Classic gotcha moment from Janelle. And then Kody goes and admits that Robyn pressured him to stick it out with Miri, saying if it weren't for her, he would have ended it way sooner. Janelle couldn't resist twisting the knife a little deeper. I'm willing to bet Kody was quietly fuming, maybe even finally realizing, surprise, he's actually controlled by his shy, pretty wife. Janelle was absolutely on fire. Her line, "I don't think anyone is really thinking about Kody and Robyn," was just perfect. Too bad, so sad. It's hilarious how Kody and Robyn keep shooting themselves in the foot, but only this season have the other ex-wives felt brave enough to call it out. I highly doubt any future host at the inevitable tell-all will bring that same heat, but for now, it's a treat to see Janelle land those stinging digs whenever she can. She knows exactly how to wind Kody up. After all, he's been doing it to her for years. Tit for tat, Kody. Your ex-wives don't have to keep your secrets anymore. Ain't that just grand? Honestly, I'm hoping they do another episode where they watch the season back, like last year. Kody and Robyn would be absolutely livid. What a lot of people miss about this show, and why I actually find it fascinating, is that so much of the drama with the OG3 boils down to classic late 40s, early 50s woman stuff. I didn't get it until I hit this age myself, but man, it feels so good to put yourself and your ride or dies first and just not give a damn about everything else. Most of us are savage now, and honestly, it feels amazing. So I caught a quick clip of Mykelti defending Kody on that whole cult drama, and wow, talk about selective hearing. Seriously, do you think Mykelti and Kody patched things up? Or is she just so blinded by her hatred for Meri that she's willing to call Meri petty for cutting up the quilt? Because let's be real, I'm no Tummy fan, but he actually made the most sense here. Meri wanted her own fabrics from the quilt, so she gave Kody his pieces, not the whole thing. Mykelti? Apparently that concept went right over her head. She's basically talking out of her, well, you know. Then she claims Meri's list of who wanted what was fake, except in the last episode, both Meri and Kody confirmed it. But of course, Mykelti's the expert on everything now, just like her dad. Here's the kicker. Why would Mykelti even know about the list? It's not like her parents told her about it. So naturally, she assumes it never existed. Classic case of if I don't know about it, it's not real. Oh, and her bias? It's crystal clear and she owns it. Until her dad shows any love for Meri, then suddenly she's butthurt. And when proven wrong, she doubles down like it's an Olympic sport. She watched that clip and went, oh, Meri's so petty for cutting up the quilt. But then she actually saw the scene where Kody admits he asked for the shirts, and Meri reminds him, hey, it's on the quilt. So it wasn't some random snarky move by Meri, she had a reason. Instead of saying, okay, my bad, Dad's the petty one for dragging up ancient drama no one's thought about in 20 plus years, Mykelti went full tilt on Meri hate. Classic. Oh, Robyn and her obsession with the so-called core family, which, if you didn't catch on, means just the kids still living under her roof. Her comment about other wives focusing on their adult children rather than this core clearly shows she's incapable of seeing things from anyone else's perspective. Seriously, in what universe would Christine and Janelle pick holidays with just Isabel, Truly, Savannah, and Dabsark? While Kody's busy being a nightmare, instead of celebrating with 13 kids, a gaggle of grandkids, and zero drama? Would Robyn ever choose to spend Christmas away from her biological kids just to be with more of the other kids? Nope, not a chance. She always picks her own kids. And sure, that's not a crime, but it's hilarious that she expects everyone else to treat her brood like the core family. Maybe by core, she really means the family that lives in Flagstaff, though that conveniently excludes a ton of kids who didn't move away. Funny how the parents moved away, and suddenly the kids aren't core anymore. Imagine you're 20, living just a few hours from your parents and siblings, and suddenly one parent declares you're no longer part of the core family. For someone who loves to call herself an empath, Robyn seems to have zero empathy for anyone except maybe Dabsark. This was hands down the most telling moment of the episode. Labeling only those in Flagstaff or still living at home as the core family is not just selfish, it's downright disrespectful to all the adult kids. It also exposes Robyn and Kody's ridiculous expectations that Christine and Janelle should skip seeing their adult kids and grandkids just to spend holidays with Robyn and her little crew. Seriously, give me a break. And here's the kicker. Robyn's adult daughters live right there with her and Kody, and her supposedly independent college graduate son is chilling in an RV on the property. So naturally, she can dish out these absurd demands to others without ever having to sacrifice her own comfort. Bottom line, Robyn doesn't actually care where anyone spends their real holidays. She's just salty because the other wives now film Christmas without her. It was so much easier when she could lean on them to do all the filming, show up to someone else's spotless house with a jar of olives, and call it a day. But now, the nanny is juggling triple duty, cooking, cleaning, childcare, and Robyn actually has to host and film her own scenes. This definitely wasn't the future she dreamed of. Oh, so now the plan is to focus on the kids who moved away. Wow, groundbreaking. Like, normal parents who actually try to stay connected with their kids when they're not just a few steps away. Imagine having to put in a little extra effort to maintain a relationship. What a concept. And get this, those kids who moved away, they've got kids of their own now. So apparently, the idea was to focus on the grandkids. Shocking, right? But of course, Robyn just has to be the star of this show. So selfish. I would have loved to hear her brilliant take on what they should have been focusing on, since she's obviously the all-knowing expert. Or maybe explain why what they were doing was so wrong, since she seems to have all the answers. Honestly, who does she think she is, criticizing people who just want to spend time with their kids and grandkids? Is her logic that once the kids move out, parents should just stop caring? Is that why her own overripened tenders, seriously, that's hilarious, are still stuck at home? According to her, those poor women are supposed to just drift around like ghosts in their own homes, waiting for the off chance their timeshare husband bothers to drop by, or maybe get invited to a fire pit shouting match once every full moon. Ridiculous. No wonder Robyn doesn't have friends. Who'd want to stick around that vibe? So I'm rewatching Season 8, Episode 3. The one where Christine totally loses it over Kody's friend coming along on vacation? Christine didn't want the guy there because he was throwing shade at polygamy, which honestly sounds pretty reasonable. But nope, instead of backing her up, the show treats her like she's the villain. Christine gets straight up gaslit into apologizing for having an opinion, because heaven forbid a wife speaks her mind. Then Kody, Mr. Peacemaker, insists they pray with the family, because that fixes everything, and afterward, he drags her aside like she's some fragile doll he needs to protect from public embarrassment. Meanwhile, she's way calmer than I ever could be in that mess. By the end, Christine is so convinced she's the one in the wrong, just for speaking up. Seriously, can we all agree she got the absolute worst treatment of any wife on this entire show? Oh, and let's not forget Janelle's move here. She casually suggests hanging out with Ken, Christine's obvious sore spot, then just sits back and watches the drama unfold. Classic backstabber move. It wasn't Kody pushing that idea. It was Janelle who did it. Unpopular opinion alert. Janelle only got close to Christine because her own kids gravitated to Christine. Gabe summed it up perfectly. Christine was our primary caregiver. So yeah, that friendship had an agenda. Honestly, how they managed to get pregnant so many times is beyond me, and I'm pretty sure this has been debated to death already. Still, it blows my mind that they all ended up with so many kids. No matter how fertile you think you are, there are only a handful of days each month when conception is even possible. So how did he nail the timing with every single wife when he's juggling 3 or 4 households every night? That means, yeah, he's probably expected to perform like clockwork every single night. No downtime, no chill nights. For the record, I'm not feeling sorry for him. I'm just saying that's a lot. I just had my 3rd and final kid, and let me tell you, even in a monogamous relationship, trying to time sex perfectly for conception isn't exactly a walk in the park or a barrel of laughs. So this whole situation, it's kind of a wild achievement. If I remember correctly, there was a season where one wife was specifically trying for a baby. They took turns with this, and that wife got extra nights with Kody. It was a quick mention, so maybe I'm imagining it, but I swear it happened. My guess? Kody probably prides himself on being some kind of hyper-masculine stud, so this whole work thing isn't actually work for him. Plus, with the wives definitely tracking their cycles like hawks, the timing probably wasn't as impossible as it seems. So does Kody really have a thing for bigger women? According to the show, yes, he supposedly loves them curvy and all. But honestly, I'm not buying it. It feels like Kody and Robyn cooked up that line just to downplay how ridiculously attracted he actually is to Robyn. You know, to keep her from feeling too special. Remember that episode where Robyn had those custom t-shirts made for the group? She accidentally ordered Janelle's too small. Classic move. But since it was too late to swap, Janelle just rocked it anyway, and boom. The shirt hugged every inch of her hourglass figure. Suddenly, everyone was losing their minds over how amazing and curvy she looked. And Kody? Well, he wasn't exactly subtle, checking her out like she was the last slice of pizza. Poor Robyn, clearly not thrilled. Let's be real, Miri was skinny as a rail when she married Kody. And pristine? He basically called her chubby in the most insulting way possible, implying she was less attractive. So maybe, just maybe, Robyn got this idea stuck in her head that Kody prefers bigger women because the original 3 wives weren't as slim as she is. It's like she needed that delusion to feel special and tell herself it wasn't all in her head. Here's the kicker. Kody plays the thin versus curvy game like a pro. He tells the thin wives he loves curvy women, and he tells the curvy wives he loves thin women. It's genius in a twisted way, keeps everyone feeling a little insecure and grateful for his love, no matter their body type. Meanwhile, the wives are too busy obsessing over their supposed flaws to realize what a mediocre, intellectually inferior, insecure, misogynistic jerk he actually is. Oh, and Janelle? She's the only ex Kody's ever seemed interested in making nice with again. Go figure. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.